Resorts World. Opened June 2021. $3 billion. Brand new. State-of-the-art. Modern luxury resort on the Strip. By 2023, they'd lost $300 million. $3 billion to build. $300 million lost in 2 years. That's catastrophic. What went wrong? How does a brand new resort lose that much money that fast? Bad timing, bad location, bad branding, bad strategy. This is why Resorts World lost $300 million. The mistakes that doomed it from the start, and whether it can ever recover. Resorts World opened June 24, 2021. Built by Genting Group, Malaysian casino company. $3 billion. Most expensive resort opening since Cosmopolitan in 2010. The property sits on the former Stardust site. Genting bought the land in 2013. Took 8 years to build. 3,500 rooms across 3 Hilton brands. Conrad Las Vegas. Crockfords Las Vegas. Las Vegas Hilton at Resorts World. Why 3 brands? Genting partnered with Hilton for brand recognition in the U.S. market. Resorts World is huge in Asia, Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, but Americans had never heard of it. The plan: use Hilton brands to attract American guests. Use Resorts World brand to attract Asian tourists in Wales. The property is massive. 59 stories, 117,000 square foot casino, 40 restaurants and bars, 5,500 seat theater, 100,000 square feet of meeting space. On paper, it looked perfect, modern, luxury, connected to major hotel loyalty program, everything a Strip resort needs. But by 2023, Genting's parent company reported $300 million in losses from the Las Vegas property. What went wrong? Resorts World opened June 2021. Right in the middle of COVID recovery. Vegas was still restricted. Many visitors were still cautious. International travel was limited. Business conventions were barely returning. This wasn't Resorts World's fault. They'd been planning this opening for years. COVID hit. They couldn't delay forever. But opening during recovery meant lower occupancy than projected discounted room rates to fill hotel-reduced casino revenue. Fewer tourists. Limited convention business. Almost no international tourists, especially Asian high rollers. Resorts World was built for Asian whale customers, big gamblers from Malaysia, China, Singapore. COVID kept them away for 2 years. By the time international travel resumed, inflation had hit. Recession fears were growing. Tourism spending declined. Resorts World never got the strong opening momentum that new resorts need. Compare to Cosmopolitan. Opened December 2010, right after the Great Recession. But Vegas was already recovering. Tourism was rebounding. Cosmo caught the upswing. Resorts World opened during uncertainty. Never caught momentum. Resorts World is a massive brand in Asia. Everyone in Malaysia and Singapore knows Resorts World. In America, nobody had heard of it. Genting thought partnering with Hilton would solve this. Use Conrad and Hilton brands that Americans recognize. But it created confusion. 3 hotel brands in one building. Guests didn't understand. Is it Resorts World? Is it Hilton? Is it Conrad? What's the difference? The property tried to be everything to everyone. Luxury Conrad for high-end guests. Hilton for mid-tier. Crockfords for ultra-luxury. But splitting into 3 brands diluted the identity. No cohesive message, no clear positioning. Compare to Venetian, 1 brand. Everyone knows what Venetian means: luxury, suites, Italian theme. Compare to Wynn, 1 brand. Ultra-luxury, elegant, clear positioning. Resorts World, 3 brands. Confusing, no clear identity. American tourists didn't know what Resorts World was. Asian tourists knew the brand but couldn't travel during COVID. The brand strategy failed. Resorts World sits at the north end of the Strip, former Stardust site, next to Wynn and Encore, across from Trump Hotel and Fontainebleau site. North Strip is less desirable than Center Strip, further from Bellagio, Caesars, Cosmopolitan. Less foot traffic. Tourists prefer Center Strip. That's where the action is. Bellagio fountains, Caesars Forum shops, high roller observation wheel. North Strip requires rideshare or long walk. Many tourists never make it that far north. Resorts World hoped to create a destination, draw tourists north with attractions, dining, entertainment, but they're competing with Wynn and Encore next door. Wynn has better brand recognition, more established, loyal customer base. Resorts World is the new property trying to steal Wynn's customers. That's a difficult position. The location also limited convention business. Most major conventions book Center Strip or South Strip properties. Mandalay Bay, Venetian, Caesars. Established relationships, proven infrastructure. Resorts World had to convince planners to try a new property in a less desirable location. Tough sell. North Strip properties struggle. The Strat barely survives. Circus is for sale. Fontainebleau opened late 2023 next door and is also struggling. North Strip is cursed. Resorts World learned this the hard way. Resorts World's strategy centered on nightlife and dining. Zouk nightclub, IU day club, celebrity chef restaurants. In 2021, post-pandemic nightlife was weak. People weren't clubbing like before. Zouk nightclub was supposed to be the anchor. Massive multi-level club, brought from Singapore. Big-name DJs. But Vegas nightlife had already peaked pre-pandemic. Clubs were declining. Day clubs were struggling. Post-COVID, it got worse. Young tourists shifted spending from nightlife to experiences. Shows, restaurants, sports betting, not bottle service at clubs. Zouk struggled from opening. Limited crowds. Discounted table minimums. Couldn't generate the revenue projected. This is the same mistake Cosmopolitan made. Cosmo depended on nightlife revenue. When nightlife collapsed post-pandemic, Cosmo struggled. Resorts World repeated that mistake. Too much investment in nightlife that no longer generates premium revenue. The casino floor design also favored slots over table games. Asian market preference. But American market prefers table games. During COVID recovery, when Asian tourists couldn't visit, the casino floor had the wrong mix for domestic customers. They had to adjust, add more table games. But that takes time and money. The gaming strategy was built for Asian whales who didn't come. American tourists who did come found a casino not designed for them. In 2023, Genting's parent company reported massive losses from Resorts World Las Vegas. $300 million over 2 years. This includes operating losses and debt service. The property wasn't generating enough revenue to cover costs. Breaking it down, lower occupancy than projected. Couldn't fill 3,500 rooms consistently. Discounted room rates. Had to compete on price, not brand. Weak casino revenue, wrong customer mix, wrong game mix. Nightlife underperformed. Zouk and IU didn't generate projected revenue. High operational costs. 3,500 room property expensive to operate. Debt service on $3 billion construction. The math didn't work. Revenue projections assumed full occupancy, premium rates, strong casino play, thriving nightlife. Reality, partial occupancy, discounted rates, weak casino play, struggling nightlife. $300 million in losses over 2 years is catastrophic. That's $150 million per year average. For context, successful strip resorts generate $50 to $100 million in annual EBITDA. Resorts World was losing more than successful properties earn. Resorts World is pivoting. They can't change location or structure, but they can change strategy. Resorts World hosted the NFL Draft in 2022. Major success. Generated massive visibility and bookings. They're pursuing more large-scale events, corporate conventions, trade shows, entertainment events. The 100,000 square feet of meeting space gives them capacity. They need to fill it consistently. With international travel resumed, Resorts World is targeting Asian high rollers, baccarat tables, private gaming salons, luxury accommodations. This was always the plan. COVID delayed it. Now they're executing. Asian whales are profitable. One high roller can generate hundreds of thousands in revenue in a weekend. Resorts World was built for this market. They're finally accessing it. The Hilton partnership brings loyalty program traffic. Hilton Honors members earn and redeem points. This generates baseline occupancy, not luxury travelers, but consistent mid-tier guests who fill rooms. It's not glamorous, but it's necessary for survival. Zouk is still operating but no longer the centerpiece. The property is diversifying revenue. Less nightlife, more dining and entertainment. This acknowledges the nightlife strategy failed. They're adapting. Yes, Resorts World will survive. Why? Genting has deep pockets. They're willing to lose money long-term to establish the brand in the U.S. market. $300 million in losses is painful, but Genting operates resorts worldwide. They can absorb it. They view Las Vegas as a long-term investment, not a quick profit. Compared to Cosmopolitan, Cosmo struggled for years after opening, lost money consistently, eventually stabilized, now profitable. Resorts World is following the same path. Struggle initially, adjust strategy, stabilize, eventually profit. But will it ever generate a return on the $3 billion investment? Probably not, at least not for decades. Even if Resorts World generates $100 million per year in EBITDA, eventually, it would take 30 years to recoup $3 billion. That's ignoring debt service, inflation, opportunity cost. Genting built Resorts World for brand presence, not financial return. Las Vegas is a prestige market. Having a strip property elevates the Resorts World brand globally. From that perspective, the $300 million loss is marketing spend, expensive marketing. But that's the calculation Genting made. Resorts World opened June 2021, $3 billion. By 2023, $300 million in losses. What went wrong? Terrible timing. Opened during COVID recovery. No brand recognition in America. 3 Hilton brands created confusion. North Strip location. Less desirable, less foot traffic. Focused on nightlife that died post-pandemic. Casino floor designed for Asian whales who couldn't travel. The $300 million loss was predictable. Too many problems, not enough advantages. But Resorts World will survive. Genting has deep pockets. They're pivoting to conventions, Asian whales, Hilton loyalty traffic, reducing nightlife dependence. It won't generate return on $3 billion for decades, but Genting views it as brand investment, not pure profit play. The lesson? Opening a new strip resort is incredibly risky. Timing matters. Brand recognition matters. Location matters. Strategy matters. Resorts World got most of it wrong. They're paying $300 million to learn that lesson. Have you stayed at Resorts World? What did you think? Let me know in the comments. If you want more Vegas deep dives, subscribe to Vegas Vault. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.